What's up? This is day number 31 of my 365 live stream challenge, and today I would love to share with you a story how I started my business, like my journey to creating my business, my software development agency. And I know that I already touched bases on this topic, but I would really love to focus not that much on the history of the business, like what were the prerequisites, how I started it, right? What was the story behind it before I started, right? So, because having some friends that don't have business but dreaming about this, and they're thinking that it's like life dream, life goal, big goal, it's super hard. It's not true, actually, at least not for me. And I think for a lot of small business owners, that was the same, like, natural process. So, from my childhood, I always been interested in making money, like small money here, small money there. I always have some summer jobs, doing some small selling stuff on the street, on the market. Then always going for summer jobs during my high school years. And I always knew how to make at least small money, and how to, like, provide a cup of coffee to a girl. So it was never a problem. I never depended on my parents' money after, I think, 12 years, when I was 12. So that was not, it just came to me naturally. I know that a lot of my friends at that time, my of same age, they were not interested in making any money. That just was my thing. So I was lucky with that one, because, like any man, I think, like part of any like man story is like to go for a hunt and get food back to home to provide for family. So and after that, I decided, when I was finishing my high school, I graduated from mathematical and mechanical faculty, but I was not that happy with math theory, science. I always been kind of practical person that wanted to apply that knowledge into some to some real life scenario. So I was looking for options, and my huge mentor Miroslav asked me to go and join his team, and he basically been mentoring for me for a year. And I started I became self-educated programmer in Python. And in 1 year, Miroslav took me on his job in his company, and I really appreciate that case, and how I knew Miroslav. He was leading our hiking groups, competitions, sport hiking in Carpathian Mountains. So this was a big, huge start for me. So I really appreciate Miroslav. If you're seeing this, thank you for all of that early career start. That's all because of your help. And after that, I've been working for 3 years as a programmer. After that, I decided to freelance a bit, because there was like kind of crisis 2008, 2009. I didn't know what to do next. And I decided to freelance instead of going to a bigger company to learn the management stuff. And I've been freelancing for 3 years. Again, it happened to me naturally. When I was working on my first job, I was always going back to home, finding some jobs on freelance.com. Not because I wanted more money. Money were enough. The salary was not high these years back in 2005-06. It was just $200-300 for junior developer, but it was fine for me at this time in Ukraine. And but I decided to go and freelance, because at that time I already had a bigger client that I was working on during my after office hours. And once I started freelancing, I got a couple more clients, and then asked some friends to help me with that. And that's how I started, kind of becoming slowly an agency with a couple of friends, doing couple projects, learning different stuff. And then once we had 3 or 4, or I don't remember, 5 clients or so, and we started adding more people to our team, that we finally decided to make it, to call it somehow. The name was Soft Formans. I don't know, probably it's not the best name, because it's hard to get first time, I know. Yeah, that's how it all started. I didn't have any big investment at the time. Even though I always have some money, I didn't spend much money when I was younger, 2000 into my 22 to 25, been working from home remotely. And it's all about just enjoying the process. I've been working a lot, like I could wake up at 7 a.m. O'clock in the morning and then go to bed at 5 a.m. in the morning, and I was just happy doing the stuff because I really enjoyed the programming and in this my early years of my career. And that's how it started. I didn't have investment. I just had my laptop. This one is, by the way, like my, let me get this gimbal working. So yeah, this is my third MacBook here, and before that I had like 2 more, and that was my first laptop MacBook that I was working on from home. It cost me, like, at the time, probably $700, and I really enjoyed it. It worked for me for 5 years, and so this was probably my single investment. And before that I had like Hewlett Packard or Dell Windows-based laptop that I started programming with. And this basically were, I didn't have, even like for the first 3 years of freelancing, I didn't even have a monitor. I just didn't have a desk like that. I just had like a very, very wide kind of like below the window desk that I've been using. It was not huge, it was pretty small, but that was enough for me. I just enjoyed the process, and that's how I would suggest you, if you're dreaming about starting your own business. You don't need fancy things and hundreds of thousands of dollars to invest. You just can start serving people with your expertise, doing some online courses or providing some services, like whatever you're doing right now. You can start doing the same, but on your own freelancing mode. And that will be enough to try whether you like it, whether you like the client stuff, and that might be just enough, and that's how it might also fly for you. So yeah, that's my story, how I got to the business, and you can see it's very smooth process. It was easy, natural coming to me, and I think it might be work for you as well if you're dreaming about starting your first business in your life. Okay, you don't need like to start with software. I would definitely like to start software like a startup or mode, startup or path, because only 5% of software startups, tech startups succeed. And instead of that, I have a path where 50% of software succeed. And I shared with you some of these things on a couple of previous live streams, and we'll keep sharing with you. So watch the space. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. And remember, people need you.